Hello, everybody. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime Streaming Show. I'm joined today by my mother, Bonnie.
Hi.
So this is a family beach trip. I will introduce you to the rest of the family tomorrow, but today, Bonnie's my special guest, and I'll explain why in a few. So, Bonnie, you're a big beach fan?
Oh, yes. I love the beach.
Yeah, me not so much. So it didn't quite translate. But I enjoy being with my family, and today's been very nice. We saw dolphins today, so that was nice.
And we're so glad to have him this time.
Yeah. But anyways, so today I wanted to celebrate the homeschooling kids, Sarah, Stephen, Athena, and Peter. They had, if you don't know this, they've been watching this streaming show and have been sending me amazing illustrations and drawings and letters, actual handwritten letters. And so they had some requests for some films that we'll show today, but also I have some films that are related to what they did. In particular, back before the internet, before computers, before cell phones, the way you communicated with somebody was either calling them on the phone, but even before that, writing a social letter to them, a thank you letter, a inquiry, a I hope you're doing well letter, a how is weather? We're looking forward to visiting you letter. So this is a film by Cornett on writing better social letters. Enjoy.
Are you through already?
Sure, sis. I just finished the letter to Aunt Helen and Uncle Ross. Oh, and I want to write the cousins Jimmy and Alice and thank them, too.
I don't know how you do it, Wally. You make it seem so easy. Here, I brought down some old letters to try to find some help there, but it just didn't do any good.
Why not? You read me some of those letters. I think they were pretty sharp.
But there's a difference between reading letters and writing them. Walter, how do you write such good social letters?
Well, Nora, it's a talent. Some people have it and some don't.
That's not true, Walter Barlow. And you're going to sit down right now and tell me the secret.
Well, all right. Let's look at this stack.
What are you doing?
There. You see, Nora, different letters have different purposes. They do all kinds of things. There are letters of invitations, and some of them are formal ones. Now, let's see. You don't seem to have one here, but I got one in the mail just today. See? You'll notice it's written in the third person. And down here they note formal. Well, I'll write a formal answer that starts out like this. Mr. Walter Barlow accepts with pleasure. And so on, you know. And of course I'll dress formally for the occasion when I go. You know, it's only when the party's formal that the invitation is written in the third person. Now take an informal invitation like this one. You don't have to write an answer to this kind of invitation. chances are your phone to accept this one. Well, that's one general purpose of some social letters. Giving invitations, accepting invitations, sending regrets that you can't be present. Now, here's a group of letters with another purpose. These are letters of thanks. Tell me, Nora, which of these did you really enjoy the most?
Here, this one from Alice made me feel good. I could tell just by reading it that she really liked the present I sent her. Here, listen to this. Thanks a million for sending me the delightful book for my birthday. How did you know I've been trying to borrow that very book for weeks? This is a thank you letter for a gift. The one I want to write is a thank you letter for a visit.
Right, but these are both thank you letters. Now, these letters have still another purpose. They're friendly letters. Letters that give news or keep up a friendship. Now, let's see. I was shopping yesterday, and I picked out the smartest blouse. But then, gee, you know, as you read that, you could just hear Margaret's voice, just as if she were telling you. Let's see. Oh, I was shopping yesterday.
And I picked out the smartest blouse. But then something terrible happened. I couldn't find my change purse. I was so embarrassed and frightened, too. Well, I had left it at home. Oh, what an experience. No blouse.
Now, that's a pretty good example of the sort of thing that makes a letter a lot of fun. And then there's another type of social letter. It's the letter of sympathy. We don't have one here, but I got a lot of them when I had pneumonia. They were all informal and very friendly, and they certainly made me feel better. There, you see?
Well, I see that there are different letters for different purposes, and I think I know the purpose of mine. It's a thank you letter for a visit.
Mm-hmm.
But, well, that's what I tried to write, but it's not very good.
On notebook paper. And torn out. Written in pencil. Hey, you'll want it neater than that. And you better check that spelling, too.
Read it, please.
Okay. Let's see. Dear Uncle Ross and Aunt Helen, I hope you are all well. I want to thank you for having Walter and me for the gorgeous visit. We had a good time. Can you imagine what they think if they read such a letter?
Ross, I do hope Nora really enjoyed her visit here.
Oh, I hope so. Pretty hard to tell from her letter.
I told you it was an awful letter.
Well, what do you want Aunt Helen and Uncle Ross to think? I mean, how do you want them to feel after they read your letter?
Well, I want them to feel pleased. After all, that's the whole purpose in writing the letter, to make them glad that they invited me.
Why don't you try again now?
All right. May I borrow some of your white paper?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use pen and ink.
Now try to imagine what you want your letter to look like. Look at the page. See what should go on it. First, you'll want your address and the date, of course. Then the salutation. And the main part of the letter. And finally, the complimentary close and your signature. You'll want even margins. And you'll want the page well aligned. Now, you got the idea?
Yes, I think so. First, my address and the date. And then the salutation, Dear Aunt Helen and Uncle Ross. How's that going to be?
Seems like a good start. Now, what are you going to say?
Well, I want to say thank you. And I want to say it in a way that will please Aunt Helen and Uncle Ross.
What would you say if you were there, in person?
Now, let's see. I guess I'd say, it was simply grand of you, Aunt Helen, to have me for a visit. I always have the most marvelous time at your house. Well, that doesn't sound much like a letter.
Maybe it's not supposed to. Maybe it should sound like you.
Well, shall I write that much?
Why not?
I'll use scratch paper until I'm sure just what I'm going to say.
Hey, how about mentioning something that happened to us while we were there?
The time they let us ride the horses. Wasn't it fun? But well, how will I say it? You did so many nice things for us.
Oh, my.
I'll never forget riding the horses. My, it was exciting and so much fun. Why, this is going to be easy. I'll have a letter done in no time.
And I'll start on the letter to Jimmy and Alice.
There. I think that's a good thank you note. Do you want to hear it?
All right, just a minute. The page certainly looks neat. Hey, that's good. And while you read it, why don't you try to imagine how Aunt Helen and Uncle Ross will react to the letter?
All right. Dear Aunt Helen and Uncle Ross, thank you so much for letting me visit you. I always have a wonderful time at your house, and so does Walter. You did so many lovely things for us. I'll never forget riding the horses. My, it was exciting and so much fun. But most of all, I think I enjoyed just being at your house and being your guest. So I do mean it when I say thank you. Affectionately, Nora.
You know, Nora, that's not bad at all. With a little practice, you'll be a wizard writing letters.
Thanks, Walter. You know, writing letters is just a talent. Some people are born with it, some aren't.
I'm glad you appreciated my help.
Seriously, though, you're writing a letter to Jimmy and Alice. Can't it be from both of us?
Gee,
Well, there are lots of things I'd like to say to them. I'd like to tell them about our visit, and I'd like to give them some news, too.
Well, all right. You might as well write it together. Here, you can write some now.
Oh, good. You know, I think writing letters is going to be a lot of fun.
So Bonnie, when you were her age in the film, did you write social letters?
All the time.
So were you urged by your mother to do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And we did the whole thing with the address, return address, and the salutation, and everything was very proper.
Nice. Did you see films like this when you were in school?
We saw a lot of health and hygiene films.
Oh, okay.
Not anything like this.
Because you were particularly filthy class,
It was our health class.
disease-ridden. That's great. One of the things I noticed is when I got the letters from the homeschoolers, one, they were letters, which was amazing. Two, they were almost all written in cursive. This is Peter's. Peter actually wrote quite a few in cursive. I think this is Athena's, again in cursive. Stephen and Sarah also. So I had the worst cursive handwriting.
You do? I trained you better than that.
No, you don't remember me getting C's in handwriting on my report cards? Yeah, so I am one of the people that feels like teaching cursive was actually a horrible idea to kids. That you could have just taught regular handwriting, with regular characters as opposed to cursive. And then if I had concentrated on just doing that, then I would have legible handwriting. Because right now it's a mess. It's a weird mess of things. Anyways, this film probably would have helped. And I actually have 3 or 4 films on handwriting. This one's called Handwriting is Important. Enjoy.
followed the return of the 2 white skirts. The order clerk is being told about the mistake for handwriting, why an important customer got skirts instead of shirts. Poor handwriting brings trouble and loss of time and money in business. Many poorly addressed letters that cannot be delivered or returned are sent to the dead letter office. When this happens, there is also no reply. Your teacher must be able to read your handwriting easily. Here is a paper that's easy to read. But what about this one? In order to improve your... Can a left-hander have good handwriting? Indeed he can. This southpaw and most left-handed people can and as easily as any right-handed person. Handwriting is a skill. There are 2 types of handwriting: manuscript that you learned in primary grades and cursive writing. Both of these types of handwriting are important to you. There are many times you must use manuscript writing or printing. Many adults must use manuscript writing or printing in their work. Manuscript writing can serve you in schoolwork for labeling maps, arithmetic papers, special reports, exhibits, reports for history, geography, civics, and science. Keep and improve your manuscript skill. You'll need it all of your life. Just as you will need cursive writing for your business life and your personal life. Try to have clear, legible handwriting in which you can take pride. Let's see. What are the things that can improve your handwriting? First, your posture. It is step 1 in handwriting. When the writer sits properly, she writes with greater ease. In proper position for him, the left-handed writer is as comfortable as the right-handed person. Have your teacher check the position of your arms and hands on the desk. Are you sitting well back on the seat? Are your feet flat on the floor? For a right-handed person, an important point to note is the action of the left hand as it moves paper up on the desk, thus keeping the writing hand in a comfortable position at all times. A left-handed person's paper is placed in an opposite position from that of a right-handed person. If you get finger cramp when you write, you're not holding your pencil correctly. This is the correct pencil hold for left-handed persons. And this is the correct pencil hold for right-handed persons. Holding the pencil too close to the tip and too tightly cramps your fingers and your style. Practice will help you make cursive letters correctly and easily. It helps you gain muscle control. Among such letters are capital and small or lowercase o, a, and c. Free movement under control leads to easy formation of letters. Look carefully at your writing. Don't let your letter T look like a letter L, or your letter D look like a CL. Oh yes, don't forget your H and K so we won't get skirts instead of shirts. Slant is important to the appearance of a handwritten page. See how messy this paper looks? Here's an easy way to check the slant of your letters. Special study of individual letters is important too, and your teacher will help you with this study. You may want to take a chance on numbers to win a prize at a carnival, but don't take a chance on your arithmetic numbers. You can form numbers correctly, carefully, and get full credit for problems correctly done. Arrange your work carefully on every paper you write. Follow your teacher's directions for headings and margins. Indent the paragraphs on your composition papers. A neat, well-arranged arithmetic paper. If you're asked to find yards and feet, label the answers. Take no chances. When writing at the chalkboard, keep these points in mind. Start writing as high on the board as you can, comfortably. Stand easily on both feet. Hold chalk correctly. Make the writing a good size so that all your classmates can see your work. Handwriting is a skill, and like all other skills, can be improved with proper practice. Practice regularly, and then once every week, record your improvement. Remember, your handwriting represents you. It is as personal as a fingerprint. Your skill in handwriting depends in large part upon pride and practice. Your posture. The placement of the paper on desk or table. The way you hold your pen or pencil. The use of uniform slant and regular spacing in your work. Your attitude and determination to do your best at all times when writing. Remember, handwriting is important. It is important to you in your schoolwork now, and it will be important to you later.
Okay. So, did you practice? You mentioned that when you were in school, Mom, that you did the thing with the ruler.
Yes. That was a long time ago.
I don't feel like we did that. And I feel like I learned cursive when I was in Ohio, but then when we moved to North Carolina, I was being graded on handwriting, but I wasn't really, and I was getting these low grades, but they weren't doing anything to help me improve my handwriting. So it felt kind of unfair to me. I should say that, as I said, the homeschooling kids all wrote in cursive. And Stephen, let me read this letter. Dear AV Geeks, my family used your lunchtime streaming show in our homeschooling for our AV class. we were wondering if you would play Vicious Cycles in your show because it is our favorite film. How many films do you have in your archive? More than 30,000. How many films, and actually some just showed up today, so 30,000 plus 20, I don't know. How many films do you have? Oh, do you have millions? No, I don't have millions. That would be crazy. My wife would not like that. Katrina would not like that. What is your favorite film in your collection? It varies. Sometimes it's Pride on Parade, which is a Oscar Mayer film about hot dogs, and marching bands, or Pamela Wong's Birthday for Grandma is another good one. Could you also show Pitch In film with Jonathan Winters in it? And Mom, do you remember Jonathan Winters?
Oh, yeah. He was one of my favorite comedians.
Yes, he was definitely kind of a precursor to Robin Williams, because when he would get this kind of manic bouncing around, it would be very Robin Williams-esque, and they actually appeared together on Mork and Mindy.
And he made different noises, different sounds with his language. He was just so funny.
Nice. So I have a couple of Jonathan Winters films. This one is about littering, and it has an awesome song. So enjoy Pitch In.
Pretty neat, huh? Hi, I'm Jonathan Winters, and this is a pitch-in mobile. I guess it's pretty easy to see why it's called a pitch-in mobile. You're right. It's to remind everybody to pitch in. Now, I suppose there are some of you who don't really know what pitch-in is all about. Well, that's why I'm here to tell you. Pitch-in means putting litter, like that paper cup I just threw in the basket, where it belongs. Or if you're in a car, pitch in litter bags. Now, maybe you're thinking about what good does pitch-in do? Well, it's a good question. You've heard of pollution of the air and pollution of our water. Well, litter is nothing more than pollution of our land. So when you and I pitch in, we're really doing two things. First, we're doing something to get rid of pollution. And second, we're helping our city with the big cleaning job it has to change waste into usable energy. You know, when you think about it, pitch in is like playing on a team, which means we all have to work together to keep our neighborhood and our city clean. Because the cleaner it is, the nicer it is to play in, and the better it is to live in. And pitch in is really a pretty easy thing to do, especially when everybody pitches in. But there are a few characters I know, and maybe you know a few yourself, who haven't yet gotten into the pitch-in spirit. Well, it's up to you and me to set them straight. Let me show you 4 of the worst litter bugs that dirty up our streets and parks and spoil things for the rest of us. Here's the first guy, Billy Joe Hardbody. You see, Billy Joe thinks tough and thinks that pitching in isn't anything for tough guys to do. Take a look at Billy Joe. He's something else.
Yeah. I'm Billy Joe Hardbody, and I'm tough, see? I ain't afraid of nothing. Us tough guys can do anything we want. Like dirtying up the streets. These here parks. Throwing trash all over the place. Let somebody else pick it up, huh? So if you want to join my gang, this is how you live. Like a pig, huh? What do I care? This place is... Let it be a dump. Don't mean nothing to me. Shut up, Charlie. I'll drop you like a bad habit. This stuff is lousy. Whew. Park's filthy, huh? Get out of here, all you guys. Where's the... That means motorcycles.
Boy, Billy Joe really needs some straightening out, doesn't he? I mean, like thinking about somebody else should clean up his mess. Well, we'll take care of him later. Right now, I want to show you another litter bug we're after. He's called Choo-Choo. But Choo-Choo's problem is that he doesn't think the little pieces of paper he throws on the ground amount to much. But they do.
Hi, Mr. Winters. You old 47-year-old man. Oh, hi there. Would you like a stick of gum? Or maybe a candy bar? Oh, that's all right. I have more for myself then. Boy, I sure love candy and gum. I love them more than anything else in this whole world. except maybe my gum and candy belts here. Why, do you know they can hold over 100 sticks of gum and candy bars? Look, look, these are so many. And that much can last me at least an hour or two. Want to know a secret? Some kids around here say I'm a litter bug. Now, how can I be a litter bug? Just by throwing away these little teensy, tiny little wrappers, huh? I mean, they're so small. How can they dirty up anything? I think they're just jealous. They don't have as much gum and candy as I do.
I think you can see from Choo Choo here that even the smallest pieces of litter, like wrappers from gum, candy, and ice cream, should be thrown away properly, or else they can pile up into a pretty ugly mess of trash. Now let's look at another character. He's called Boom Boom Bailey. Now, Boom Boom tries making a game out of pitch-in, but his problem is he never plays by the rules.
Hello there. I'm Boom Boom Bailey. Someday, I'm going to be a great big basketball star. Pay attention. Just watch this jump shot. See, I'm faking the guy. Faked him out. Shoot. Oh, shoot. I guess I got to work on that jump shot a little bit. You know what a kid called me the other day? I want to tell you what he called me. He called me a litter bug. Now, what a thing to call a guy, especially a coach. I'm just practicing, that's all. That's what it's all about. Just practicing. No harm in that, is there? Watch this shot. This is going to be a dandy. I'm going to make it this time. Well, you can't play with paper anyway.
I'll tell you something. If Boom Boom really wants to be a big star, the first thing he's going to have to do is to learn how to pitch in. Because pitching in is nothing more than everybody working together, whether it's making a championship team or keeping our city clean. Now, the last guy I want to tell you about is this clown here, Lazy Legs Lardo. His problem is he's just too lazy to put his trash where it belongs. This guy is Mr. Filth, Mr. Trash. Look at him over there.
I don't know why folks call me Lazy Legs Lardo. Maybe you heard some of them say I don't pitch in because I'm lazy. Well, I ain't lazy. Maybe just a little tired, that's all. Oh, I can tell you that's hard work. I think maybe I'll rest a spell. If only that pitch-in basket wasn't so far away.
Well, there they are, the Filthy Four, some of the worst litter bugs in America.
Calling pitch-in mobile number 1. Come in.
Pitch-in mobile number 1 reporting.
The Filthy Four have been spotted littering the north end of the park. Proceed with caution. They are armed with litter and considered dangerously dirty.
Okay, I'm on my way. Say, how would you kids like to help me get the Filthy Four to pitch in?
Yeah!
Okay, hey, that was real good. Okay, now, when you find them, what are you going to tell them to do?
Pitch in!
I'm with you. Right on. Watch yourself.
Hey, Billy Joe, don't you know how to pitch in?
Yeah, I know how to pitch in, but I don't want to pitch in. Because pitching in is for sissies and weaklings, not for tough guys like me.
What do you think about pitch in now, Billy Joe?
Well, like I say, pitching in is beautiful. It's just beautiful. What neighborhood are you from, kid?
Choo-choo, don't you know how to pitch in?
Well, what the heck? These are just teensy-teensy pieces of paper. What can they hurt? Besides, there's no pitch-in basket around here.
What do you think that is?
What? My gosh, that's a wire basket. But what does that say?
It says pitch in. When you don't see a pitch in basket, just hold on to it until you see a pitch in basket and throw it away. You can do that.
You're right. Now never throw anything ever again on the ground. Boy, we've got to get busy here and pick this up and put it in there. Yeah.
Hey, Boom, how's it going?
Huh? Where are you? Oh, that's okay. I just need a little more practice.
You know, it would help if you followed through on those shots, like this. And if you miss the shot, just come in like this, pick it up, pitch it in, like that.
Hey, I get you. Just kind of dunk it in, right?
Right.
Hey, you know, this pitch-in's gonna be okay, kid. You're all right. Watch this. Not bad, huh? 47 years old.
I can't believe one person can make such a big mess. Do you know how to pitch in?
Yeah, but I just don't feel like it.
Well, you've got to at least try. I need some help.
Did I hear somebody call for help? Who is that old bat?
Well, it's Maud Fricker.
What's going on here?
I'm trying to get Lazy Legs Lardo to pick up his miss and pitch in.
You leave it to me, dearie. I used to get the mister up every day for 37 years. And sometimes you have to do it with a little sweet talk. Get up, you clown. Get up and pitch in, or I'll take my cane and use your head for a wiffle ball. I think I made that boy into a one-man pitch-in army. How about it, Johnny? You need any more help?
No thanks, Maud. I really appreciate your help. Well, thanks to everybody pitching in. My job is done. I just hope you all remember what went on here today. If you want your neighborhood clean, your parks clean, your whole city clean, and nicer to play into, it means that everybody has to work together and do what, gang? Right.
It's so good to see the green grass grow again. After years of being careless, now the folks seem to know it's time to pitch in. Time to pitch in. We can breathe a fresher air. There's more beauty everywhere, 'cause more people seem to care. They're all pitching in. We've got to pitch in to clean up America. We've got to pitch in to clean up America. And if everybody keeps pitching in, we can call on America, America the beautiful, once again. Oh,
So you like Jonathan Winters,
I
Bonnie?
really do. His characters he played were very, very funny and really made me laugh. The sillier he is, the funny he is.
And you used to see him on television?
Yes, all the time.
Back in the day?
And movies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's in It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. You said you had something you wanted to say about the kids?
Kids, if you're listening today, I love the letters you wrote and the drawings you did of Skip and Katrina. And by the way, I'm the lasagna maker. So I made sure to bring lasagna to the beach. So
You're getting a little bit ahead. You're getting a little bit ahead of the program. We'll talk more about lasagna.
Okay.
So Athena, who signed this Kitka, she wrote, "Your show is very good. I don't know why my dad likes your lunchtime streaming show. You don't play any good films, like Julie Summer, Vicious Cycle, Stop, Look, and Listen, and anything good." So I'm sorry, Kitka, a.k.a. Athena, but we will play Vicious Cycles for you and for your siblings. Enjoy. Yeah, so you'd never seen that before?
I had never seen that before. That's hysterical.
Yeah, and so the guy, I can't remember his name, the filmmaker, he also made one about driver safety, and then one with cowboys pretending like they're riding horses. And it's all, it's what they call a pixelization. So it's this kind of the stop motion thing where involving actual real life things. And so it's kind of very difficult to do. And there's actually a really cool French one that's very similar to this called Gazelle Kerosene, which is insane. It's with people riding brooms in a race throughout the French countryside. So anyways, Mom revealed that she is the lasagna maker, and lasagna figures very prominently in all the drawings and stories that the kids have sent me, the homeschoolers have sent. And I got to say, the reason why lasagna is one of my favorite foods is because of this lady right here. She would make lasagna for special occasions, for my birthday. When I was at college, she would bring lasagna that she made that I could heat up in my little toaster oven. So we're not Italian, so how did you get on the lasagna kick?
No. I like Italian food. And lasagna always sounded really hard to make, but really it's very easy.
So where did you get the recipe?
You know, I tried to think about that, and I really don't remember. I probably got it out of a magazine somewhere.
Right, it wasn't on a Mueller's noodle package or something.
It could have been.
Yeah, so it's really pretty awesome. And one of the coolest things that I got as an illustration was this from Sarah, who drew a lasagna telecine, and I got very inspired when I saw that, and then when I found out that at the beach Mom was going to make lasagna, that I actually kind of fabricated a lasagna telecine. Oops, I can't focus this really well. I'll see if I can zoom in with the camera. So this is very similar to what Sarah envisioned. And I think that I'm going to take a bite out of the lasagna while we watch some lasagna commercials. So enjoy.
Oh, what a meal, oh.
Hamburger Helper Lasagna.
For your family.
Authentic Italian taste.
Hearty robusto. But not too spicy, eh?
Hamburger Helper Lasagna turns your plain hamburger into a delicious Italian meal with authentic Italian taste. Curly Italian noodles, rich tomato sauce, and a better blend of spices.
Hamburger Helper. Lasagna.
Helper, Hamburger Helper.
Make a great meal, oh.
These are two makers of frozen entrees. They both make lasagna. Kraft uses ricotta cheese. Stouffer's uses cottage cheese. That's Kraft, ricotta, blue box. Stouffer's, cottage, red box. The choice is yours.
This is an old-fashioned Green Giant love story.
I'm in the mood for love.
I'm in the mood for old-fashioned lasagna.
Lasagna? Hey, Green Giant!
The Giant cooks lasagna good old-fashioned style with 4 flavorful cheeses, good beef, and tangy tomato sauce. It bakes up crisp on top, delicious through and through. Try some and enjoy the taste of the Giant's good old-fashioned cooking.
It was love at first bite.
Ho, ho, ho. Green Giant.
I'm a full-time mom, 24 hours a day at home, and 2 nights a week at work. That's why Gary makes a pot roast that's just as good as mine. Good thing there's Stouffer's. Because my husband can't cook a lick. Stouffer's. Taste homemade. Like my grandmother made. Stouffer's. Nothing comes closer to home.
For all the families that love Stouffer's homemade taste, there's something more. More Stouffer's. Look for Stouffer's in family size.
Unfortunately, there was only one package of Stouffer's lasagna when your son and his fraternity showed up for dinner.
I'll call you back.
Hey, Mrs. C. Fortunately, it was the big one. Stouffer's family-style favorites. Classic homemade taste in larger sizes.
Oh,
the microphone wasn't on. But this lasagna was very good, but it got very bland very quickly. And
Oh no, Skip! Don't eat film. We've got a really delicious.
I'm sorry.
Right here.
I got confused. So I just recreated Sarah's drawing of me getting confused, looking at the lasagna telecine while eating film. Thank you for participating, Mom.
You're welcome.
It would have worked better if the microphone was on and if I was ready.
So now we can eat the real thing.
That's right. I'm going to have
Lasagna time.
Lasagna for lunch. Thanks everybody for tuning in today. I appreciate you indulging. I got to wipe all this stuff up. Hold on. What a mess. Thanks for indulging me and indulging the kids. We'll be back again tomorrow, and I will introduce you to the rest of the family that's hanging out. Everybody have a great rest of your day. If you like what you saw and you want to contribute to AV Geeks and our hilarity, you can buy us some coffee at ko-fi.com. You can also hit the thumbs up button, the like button, subscribe. You can tell people, hey, there's these people that do really weird things with film, including eating it. Yeah. So join us again tomorrow. Everybody have a great rest of your Thursday, and we will see you soon. Everybody take care. Bye.
Now I want to eat